Democrats ignorantly say this is in the Constitution, separation of church and state, and they don't know what it means, and they think that that means you can't talk about God.
Colorado, come get your girl. And when I say come get your girl, I am referring to Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. She has challenges. And I don't know Colorado, great state of Colorado. What did we, the rest of us in the United States of America, do to you for you to send such a person to the Congress? So she went on this rant against Congresswoman Ilhan Omar because of her hijab. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you so worried about what the Congresswoman wears? And she linked this to if the Democrats care so much about separation of church and state. Colorado, please come get your girl. So this is what she said. If there really is the separation of church and state, like they believe, they meaning Democrats, then what is Ilhan doing with her hijab on? Why is she able to go in there with that? Girl, get your life.
If there really is this separation of church and state like they believe it means, well, then what is Ilhan doing with her hijab on? I mean, why is she able to go in there with that? I mean, why aren't they shouting that from the rooftops, separation of church and state?
And then this Congresswoman, and I use the term loosely. Well, no, I'm going to go ahead and call her Congresswoman. Colorado, y'all voted her in. I had the nerve to say that the Democrats don't understand what separation of church and state means. She's the one that doesn't understand what the term separation of church and state means. But I'm going to just go on to the Constitution. Will you come with me? We're going to see what the Constitution has to say about this. So it reads, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. So the fact that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar wears her hijab has nothing to do with the concept of separation of church and state. But see, she don't understand that. She doesn't get that. The very fact that the Congresswoman can express who she is, all of herself, and I'm talking about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, is part of what this First Amendment is saying, that you just can't stop people doing that. But see, this chick doesn't get that. She'll make no law. And the last time I checked, Constitution didn't say anything about how people dress.
The people who can't even define what a woman is now wants to get in the middle of defining a covenant between a man and a woman and God.
Yeah, I get that. Why did 47 Republicans vote for it? Like, the Democrats are obviously, they're despicable, but 47 Republicans shouldn't be.
Colorado. Get your representative. She's at it again, Lauren Boebert. This is just going to be a regular. Come get her. So what is she up to now? She doesn't believe in same-sex marriage. So Lauren Boebert is opposed to marriage equality and agreed with Charlie Kirk, that fool, that opposing homosexual marriage could be a signal boost for Republican candidates if handled correctly. Well. Let's roll the tape, shall we?
So you're in the House floor and people are saying, like, obviously paraphrasing, I'm going to go vote for homosexual marriage because I'm afraid of television ads?
Yes, Charlie. This happens on a regular basis, whether it be infrastructure, whether it be funding, whether it be sending more money to Ukraine.
Which is insane.
It is insane. All of it is insane. But they do not want the political attacks to come against them. And Charlie, I arrived in Washington, D.C. on attack ad, so I'm not really afraid of another one.
It could be a signal boost if you handle it correctly, by the way.
Absolutely.
As you notice from their conversation, Representative Boebert talked about returning to traditional values. No, she said it was an assault on America's traditional values.
And they really have launched an all-out assault on America's traditional values.
And I'm thinking to myself, traditional values? What traditional values? The traditional values of genocide against the indigenous people and taking their land over here in North America and in the good old, what we call the United States of America? What traditional values? The traditional values of relegating women as second-class citizens? What traditional values is she actually talking about? The traditional values of enslavement of Africans and then their descendants. Are those the traditional values she's talking about? Or what about the traditional values of not recognizing workers, overworking them, having children working in coal mines before we had child labor laws. What traditional values actually is this woman talking about? I want you to know that when you hear people use the phrase traditional values, oh, they really trying to take us back to a time where equality for all was not cemented. And when we think about the whole, it's just flat out white supremacy, traditional values. And then she's pontificating about what masculinity is and femininity is. Again, a narrow view that is rooted in Anglo-Saxon Protestant value system that left out a whole host of other people who identify in other ways. America's traditional values, Lord have mercy.